Another fun night.
What is Battle Court Jai Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hands. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a Karen Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there, blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
Right, another
one.
one. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-all return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point
win.
set and match.
Point set and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing, or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai Alai.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The World Jai Alai League welcomes you to Friday Night Jai Alai, live from the all-new Jam Arena located in the historic Miami Jai Alai. This game day features the Warriors and the Devils. And now let's introduce the players, starting with the away team, the Warriors. We will begin with a Division 6, number 1 from Miami, Florida, Correa. In Division 5, number 5 from Miami, Florida, Bueno. In our 4th division, though injured, still here, number 48, Cabrera from Plantation, Florida. In Division 3, from Tijuana, Mexico, number 60, Manny. Division 2, number 66, from Marquina in the Basque Country, we have Alex. And finally for the Warriors, the captain, number 13 from New Haven, Connecticut, Douglas. And now for the home team, the Devils. Begin with our 6th division, number 37 from Nashville, Tennessee, Rock. Division 5 from St. Petersburg, Florida, Kubala. In our 4th division for the Devils, from Hossegor, France, number 26, Benetrix. Representing the 3rd division from Bayonne, France, number 36, Etcheberry. Up in Division 2 from Manchester, Connecticut is number 55, Benny. And finally, team captain for the Devils in our 1st division from New Haven, Connecticut, number 87, Rotz. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's players, salute you the fans, and away we go. And with that, we're ready to begin Friday Night Highlight. I'm Stu Nyman, joined tonight by our CEO, so I'll be working extra hard, Mr. Scott Savin. How are you?
Doing good, Stu. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty well, actually. I never get to do introductions, and I'm pretty excited. You know, I felt it's like I was thinking about it all day. I got pumped up. I was doing it in the car. Almost lost my voice, but felt okay.
Don't lose your voice. That'll make 2 of us. So hang in there. Interesting card tonight, Stu. Only 2 doubles matches, 4 singles matches. Not the usual card, so it'll be an interesting evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first match of the evening features Alex and Manny of the Warriors going up against Benetrix and Rotz. Alex will have the serve for the Warriors. Starting things right off quick. Alex with the cortada serve. This evening has begun. Manny on the catch. There's the backhand. Manny plays it deep. Rotz from the back wall, left side to the inside. Rotz from the 9 line, back to the inside. Alex playing deep, lets it pass to Manny. Manny looking for the corner. Rotz is there. Rotz will take this one on the forehand, high and hard to the front wall, looking for the sidewall, crosses, dropping. Alex makes the save. Benetrix reaches in, 2-all, read by Alex. He switches from right to left to try to make that catch. First point of the evening for Benetrix and Rotz of the Devils.
Going to be interesting tonight, Stu, because in this first matchup, if you're looking for a discrepancy between players' catch rates, it's the backcourt Rotz versus Manny, where the Devils have a decided edge. So the question is, how aggressive can Alex be in the front court to try and negate that advantage?
especially going up against Benetrix, who's really been on fire so far this season. Powerful backhand by Manny. Robote coming out. Alex reaches in, backhand from the 7. Benetrix pulls that from the side wall. Difficult catch. A Robote. That rebound off the back wall comes out. Fired from the forehand of Alex. Benetrix winding up. It's a 2-all. Alex stops it on the wood. Cortada will score.
And that's what Alex is going to have to do.
That's a point for the Warriors. Alex and Manny were all tied up. 1-1.
An aggressive Alex tonight in this first match is the Warriors, I think, the only way they can pull off a win in this. If they get into a catch and throw, Aratz is going to outcatch Manny, and you've got Benetrix up front. Very aggressive. So Alex is going to have to play a little bit extra aggressive in this match.
Alex just fired that one from the forehand. Beautifully done. Benetrix picks the serve. The drop shot. Scores on the second bounce. That's a point for the Devils. Benetrix and Aratz. They have 2 points. Benetrix serves.
And there you see another weapon Benetrix can use, which is the drop shot. You expect him to fire the ball there, but he just cleverly dropped it in there. Alex couldn't get to it. Devils go up 2-1.
Manny on the backhand to the corner. Aratz is there. Backhand. Manny from deep in the backcourt. Catches it low, plays it high. Benetrix cross court to the 7 line. Robote forehand by Alex. Aratz is there. Robote coming out. Benetrix on the Robote. Big bounce to the inside. Manny stops it. Robote. Benetrix cuts it off. Backhand. Midcourt. Manny catches it on the forehand. Aratz switches from left to right quickly. Makes the play.
Great adjustment by Aratz right there.
So tough to do on the fly. Benetrix at the side. Well, that's a great catch at the 8 line. Manny's there. Robote left side by Benetrix to the forehand of Manny. Manny now back at the 10. Plays it high. Drops in to the backhand of Aratz. Robote. Big backhand by Aratz. Benetrix has it on the left side. Low runner. Scooped up by Manny.
Again, Alex may have to force some points here, play a little more aggressively.
Looking for an opportunity to try to kill it if he could. Here's Benetrix from the forehand. He's going to play that one back. Manny cuts it off at the 10. Robote left side by Alex. Aratz takes it on the bounce. Powerful backhand by Benetrix. This ball coming out. Cortada. Stopped by Alex. Here's the backhand. Robote forehand. Caught on the forehand almost by Alex. That's in and out of the cesta. 3rd point for the Devils. Benetrix and Aratz. Benetrix serves.
Again, prolonged catch and throw. The longer the point goes, the more the Devils have an advantage in this match.
Got to agree with you there, Scott. Especially, I mean, playing it to Alex's right side is just dangerous. And have to think that he had like 4 different shots lined up for that right side, but you got to catch it first. Manny reaching up to make the play. Here's the backhand. Off the wall, Manny makes the play. Robote forehand by Alex. A little kick. Aratz in the corner. Fearless. Backhand. Straight out. Manny's there. Rebote by Benetrix for the bounce to the inside. Forehand rebote by Alex does not pass Benetrix. Benetrix winds up the middle. Alex has it. Costello, drop shot, scores. That's a point for Alex and Manny of the Warriors. They have two.
Benetrix goes to the outside, which he had to do. Arat just couldn't get up there in time. Great shot by Alex on that one.
With Alex there, 2-all inside. No, right in the middle. Cortada serve, stopped by Arat. Rebote by Alex. Benetrix cuts it off. Big backhand to the outside, way to the outside. Alex adjusts. That kicks up. Aratz reads it well, makes the catch. Here's the forehand play. Man on the backhand now from the 10. Alex, powerful forehand rebote. What a catch by
great
Benetrix.
Catch by Benetrix.
Manny on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 9 line to the outside. Aratz gets out there to make the catch. Keeps it high. Alex has that on the forehand at the 7. Midcourt. Aratz down low. Comes out on the left side. Manny now from the 10. Backhand. Little clip. Way to the outside. Aratz comes cross court. Plays it low, trying to cross the wall. What a catch by Manny. Aratz now in the corner, backhand. Manny from the 10 line on the left side. Aratz, blind catch off the wall in the corner. Dangerous play, well done. That's on the wall the entire way. Good catch and return. Manny's there again.
He's moving Arat side to side in the backcourt.
He is, and Aratz is
Here's
reading it
Alex's
just so
opportunity.
well. Cortada by Alex, stopped by Benetrix. Benetrix winds up inside placement, stopped by Manny. Benetrix fires a rebote to the inside. Manny catches it in the air behind the 9. Tough catch at the side wall. Here's the backhand by Manny. Aratz now from the 9 line. This ball goes to the outside. Benetrix tries to make a play. Big bounce up the middle. Caught by Manny. Manny throwing it low. Cortada attempts. Stopped by Benetrix. Manny gets back to the inside to make the catch.
Terrific court coverage by Arat and Benetrix.
They both move just so well. Benetrix picks up on the bounce. Hard to the corner. Out to the rebote. What a catch by Aratz. Alex from the 7. Powerful right side, wall to wall, out to the rebote. Benetrix is there. Goes for the kill shot. It hits the pad. That is a 3rd point for Alex and Manny of the Warriors. We're all tied up, 3-3.
Long drawn out point. Benetrix went for a shot there, couldn't execute it. We're tied.
At some point, players, it depends on the player, but some players start getting itchy, to make something happen, and you have to remember to focus.
Well, I would say with Benetrix and Arat, you got 2 trigger fingers up there. So sooner or later, somebody is going to fire a shot.
Here's the backhand by Arat. Oh, man, he catches it off the wall. Alex will keep this on the right side. Plays it high. Arat's great read. Catches it in the air. Alex playing deep. Over the top. Picada. Stopped by Benetrix. Manny to the 10 line. Tough catch. And again from the 10 line to the inside. Benetrix reaching in. There's a hard throw by Alex. Cortado Rebote coming in low. Oratz makes the save. Benetrix takes that off the wall at the 7. Alex has it on the forehand, midcourt. Cortado again. Benetrix stops it on the backhand. Rebote fired by Alex. What a catch by Oratz. Manny's there. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall for Benetrix. Does not get it past Alex. Here's the backhand. Powerful, powerful forehand. Rebote takes off and hits the overhead screen. That's out of play. That is a point for Alex and Manny of the Warriors. They lead 4-3.
All right, a little bit of a momentum shift. Alex and Manny, I'm surprised they're going with these prolonged points. Alex threw a couple of shots. Benetrix was able to scoop up both, but they ended up winning the point.
It also shows that Benetrix, this is something that Benetrix, it's been discussed in the back. The forehand Rebote thrown too hard and taking off. Here's the backhand. Manny stops at the 9. Alex to the left side of Oratz. Powerful backhand. Benetrix for the bounce. Manny stops it. Oratz calls for the ball, makes the play off the left side. Alex, Rebote, 2-all, does not open. Stopped by Benetrix. Benetrix fires it low and hard. It's caught in the backcourt by Manny.
Great communication, great play.
To the corner it goes. Benetrix, tough pickup on the bounce. Here's the backhand. Wall to wall, high out to the Rebote floater. Manny from the 9 line. Oratz with a hop makes the catch at the back wall. Powerful forehand Rebote by Benetrix, caught in the air by Manny. Benetrix midcourt winding up. Back goes to the forehand of Alex. Alex looking for a 3-wall play. Benetrix, good positioning. To the outside, Alex is there. Alex sends this one from the costado to a Chula that scores. A perfect throw from Alex. Gets Alex and Manny of the Warriors to our first possible set point of the evening.
Well, Alex jumped on that opportunity and made the Devils pay for it. Perfect shot.
You see Alex just winding up, sends it over everyone's head. No, that's the Chula. That's not coming out. Oratz advances to make the catch. Manny from the 9 line. Manny in the backcourt now. Backhand by Benetrix. Powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. Outside placement. Read by Benetrix. Stopped by Benetrix. Oh, Manny read that beautifully. Benetrix took some off of it. Died, but Manny got there. Manny again, this time from the 7. That ball is tipped. Point and set to Alex and Manny, winning the first set 6-3. 2 minutes to go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set. So, Warriors coming out on top there of the first set. Here we are in the player's cage. You see Alex there in the foreground, Manny in the background. A tale of 2 generations Manny, the seasoned veteran, and Alex basically just on fire.
That was an interesting set, Stu. I have to say, a little surprised by the outcome. I thought the longer points would go the Devils' way, but Alex picked his shots. Manny literally caught everything back there, and they come away victorious in set one.
Alex with really smart, more conservative play than we're used to, making the catches and executing when he can. Just doing a great job.
Yeah, he threw some cortadas. Benetrix scooped up a couple of them, but, you know, he played within himself. He played smart, and they take the first set.
Looking ahead for the remainder of tonight's matches,
We have four singles matches coming up. Bueno versus Kubala, Douglas against Rotz, Alex versus Benny. All of Marquinez looking forward to that one, I've heard. Just heard, as are we. Manny against Echeverry, and then Douglas with Bueno subbing in the backcourt, going up against Benetrix and Benny to finish things off.
Yes, you're right, Stu. 4 singles matches coming up following this doubles match, something we don't usually see, 4 in a row. We'll get into a little bit of talk about those 4 matches. We've got some of these matches where you've got a front court against the back court. You and I can go into a little detail on that. But we're almost ready for set 2 here. We'll see if the Devils can try and get a little more aggressive, take advantage of maybe some opportunities that they didn't. Benetrix, he didn't play overly aggressive. Made a couple of good shots, but I think they're going to have to make things happen out there because Alex is playing very smart, and Manny hasn't dropped the thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our second set. Benetrix has the serve for the Devils. Benetrix serves. The second set has begun. Powerful backhand by Manny. Aratz is there. Benetrix comes deep past the 8 line. Strong backhand. Alex is on it. Aratz on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 10 line. High and hard to the back wall. Out to the rebote. That rebound off the back wall. Benetrix ran past it. Let's go to Aratz. Here's Manny. Aratz from the outside. Costado. Big bounce. Brought down by Manny. That ball's tipped on the inside. First point of the second set goes to Alex and Manny of the Warriors. Alex serves.
Starting right back where they left off in the first set.
It's a powerful serve by Alex. Here's the backhand by Manny. Aratz on the catch. Rotate forehand by Benetrix. Here's Manny to the inside. Keeps it on the wall. Into the corner. What a tough play. Good save by Benetrix. Alex attacking. Winding up. Sends that Costado back. This one comes out, but is unplayable. 2 points for Alex and Manny.
Really smart play by Alex. Doing things I haven't seen him do before, Stu. Honestly, he's playing patiently. He's playing smart. He's not overthrowing it.
You're right on all accounts. He has all the skills in the world on both the left and the right side.
Here's the backhand by Aratz. To the corner. Manny reaches in and makes the play.
Robote forehand. At the side wall. That's a good catch by Benetrix, pulling it off the wall.
I have to say, Manny looks very comfortable and at home on this court, Stu, for good reason.
Yes, he does. Here's powerful forehand by Alex. Caught by Aratz deep in the backcourt. Alex playing deeper. Big right side. Benetrix has it. Winds up. Gustavo 2-all lands in and scores.
That's what I thought we would see.
Benetrix and Aratz.
From Benetrix, that type of play. And hopefully he gets the message. If they're going to win this match, Benetrix has to be aggressive.
See, Alex was out there, but he snapped it at just the right time. Alex wasn't within 2 feet of the ball. Great throw by Benetrix. Low hard serve by Benetrix is stopped by Manny. Manny on the catch. Benetrix cross court makes the catch at the 6 line. Benetrix takes that on the bounce. Robote, that rebound off the back wall, fired from the forehand of Alex. Aratz puts it back inside. Manny's there. He takes it in the air. Into the corner the ball goes. Aratz is there. Robote left side to the inside. Big bounce brought down by Manny. Aratz will take that on the bounce. Midcourt. Sends it back. Manny switching from left to right, comes out with the outside placement, stopped by Benetrix. Alex, great catch midcourt. Here's the backhand. Aratz is there, backhand from the 10 line. Alex from the 8. Aratz makes the catch. Keeps it high to the front wall. Manny back on the wall, makes the play. Robote, the rebound from the back wall, played by Alex. Benetrix pulls it out of the air, backhand to the outside. That lands out of play. A 3rd point for the Warriors. Alex and Manny. Here in the 2nd set, Alex serves.
Manny's moving Aratz side to side in the back more than I've seen before, Stu.
Absolutely. He really is. Benetrix is trying things when he sees that he has something, but got to keep it in play. Fault, underserve. 2nd serve must be good. Here's the backhand by Aratz to the inside. Manny, tough catch. Robote forehand fired by Benetrix. Tipped down low by Alex. That is a 2nd point for the Devils. Benetrix and Aratz. Benetrix serves.
A little bit of miscommunication there between the front and the backcourt on that one.
It happens.
Manny could have had that ball, I think.
When the balls are dropping too, the
Right.
backcourt move up on it. Does the front quarter try to make a difficult catch? It's
Alex a little indecisive. Didn't really give Manny enough time to adjust.
Aratz on the catch, backhand from the 8 line. Rotate forehand by Alex. Benetrix reaches out, good control, low and hard. Alex is there. High and hard to the back wall, rotate to the inside. Benetrix makes the play. Alex has it. Oh, what a catch by Aratz against the wall and in the corner. Aratz again, backhand from the 8. That ball clips the side wall, lands in, and scores. That's what we call perfect placement. That's a point for Alex and Manny of the Warriors. That gives them 4 points here in the 2nd set.
pretty relentless. They're playing great together. Good communication. Moving the other team around. Serving well. And I don't think Manny's dropped one.
Here's Manny on the backhand from the 9 line. Benetrix with a tip ball at the 8 line. That is a 5th point for Alex and Manny of the Warriors. That gives them a possible match point. Arats on the backhand. Manny now from the 8 line to the inside. Robote, that rebound off the back wall, dropping. Alex makes the save. Benetrix attacking, but lets it pass. Arats in the corner. Backhand from the 10. Manny on the catch. Arats moves to the outside. He's got it on the right side. Keeps it high. Alex comes cross court to make the play. Lays up the backhand. Benetrix is there. He rifles it. Manny stops it. Backhand from the 9. Powerful backhand by Alex. Robote, that rebound off the back wall coming out. Benetrix playing it for the bounce. Manny grabs it high overhead. Backhand to the outside. Goes to the forehand of Alex. Carom by Alex. Will score. Point set in a hard-fought match in straight sets for Alex and Manny of the Warriors, taking it 6-3, 6-2.
Well, every opportunity that the Warriors got, they took advantage of. Manny played essentially mistake-free highlight. Great way to start the night off for the Warriors. Right now they're last in the standings. They're trying to battle back, so to get a win in the first match against the Devils, terrific start for them tonight.
As soon as that highlight ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Highlight League. The crown is yours.
There we have the game day score. Warriors with the first point of the evening.
And if you look at the scoreboard, Stu, you see the Warriors down there in last place with 2 points. So to get the first point tonight, they're fighting to get into the playoffs. They trail the Devils, the Fireballs, and the Renegades by 1 point. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, we have the winners of our first match of the evening. That is Alex and Manny. Alex.
Guys, terrific showing tonight. Great job. Alex, tell us your strategy that you and Manny employed to win that first match.
I think that today the strategy was having more patience than them. I think that the strategy of them it was bad because I think like a little bit they want the point going fast, and I think that was the key today. And Manuel plays today a very great match. I think that if he plays like this, we are going to win a lot of matches.
Congratulations, guys. Manny, you didn't drop anything back there. A great start for the Warriors to get that first match in the win column. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Moving on to our next match in just about a minute here. Go to singles.
Yeah, so Stu, if we look at this, you got 4 singles matches in a row. And I know our audience generally understands that in doubles, you have backcourt and frontcourt players. The front courts are generally more athletic, generally more agile. The backcourters, generally stronger throwers. They camp out and back. So if we look at these singles matches, in the first one, really 2 swingmen, Bueno and Kubala. They both play front, they both play back. Fairly even match, I would think. But when you get to the second and third singles matches, in the fourth singles match, you have a front in Douglas going against the back in Arats, a front with Alex going against the back with Benny, and a front with Echeverry going against the back with Manny. How do you see these? Do the front courts in the Douglas Oratz match, the Alex Benny match, and the Manny Echeverry match have a decided advantage?
It's really a question of what you mentioned. Front quarters tend to throw more shots, and if they're in a position to throw the shot and kill it, they probably will. That's, I think, what we're going to see, I hope. Looks like we're getting, looks like the judges are out. Time to begin our next match.
We got a good one coming up here. Kubala Bueno, guys who both play the front and the back, pretty evenly matched. This will be very interesting. Can the Warriors
Ladies and
jump out
gentlemen, we
2-0?
are ready to begin our second match of the evening. Representing the Warriors and serving is number 22, Bueno. Receiving for the Devils, number 25, Kubala. Bueno serves. Our first singles match of the evening begins with our first fault. That's an overserve. Second serve must be good. Once again, in singles, some players have been trying to sneak that serve and just past the underserve line. A little something different here in the Jam Arena. Others going for that traditional serve, closer to the overserve line. Good catch. Here's the return by Kubala. Bueno has it on the forehand. Sends it deep. That took off. Out of his cesta, hit the overhead screen. First point goes to the Devils. Kubala. Bueno basically throwing sidearm. That ball kicks up off of the front wall, takes off, but took off in the overhead screen. Here's a backhand by Bueno. Robote up the middle. Bueno takes it on the bounce. Kubala. Juggle. When he made that catch, that is a point for Bueno of the Warriors. We're tied up 1-1. Bueno serves. Once that ball comes into the cesta, it can move around in the cesta, but cannot lose contact with the surface of the inside of the cesta or the sides of the cesta, the frame of the cesta, etc. Powerful backhand by Kubala. Real powerful backhand by Kubala. Robote comes out mid-court. Bueno makes a save. Kubala takes it on the bounce. Light touch by Kubala. Bueno's there. Powerful forehand by Bueno will score. That's a second point for Bueno of the Warriors. He serves. Kubala trying to change things up there, throwing a little bit softer inside, maybe get the ball to bounce out of Bueno's reach. But Bueno coming back with the power game. Robote came way up. That is an ace for Bueno of the Warriors. A third point. And the serve. That serve crossing the wall just perfectly at the right time. Kubala trying to catch it right there. Just not able to bring it in. Here's the backhand by Kubala. Thrown along the wall beautifully. Back on the wall and scoring. A second point for Kubala of the Devils. He'll serve. You hear Andrew and I talking about all week long the importance of getting the ball back on that wall. Can't be overstated. Sets up such a difficult catch for the opponent. Beautiful catch by Bueno off a good serve by Kubala. Robote. Kubala, 2-all. Takes the bounce. Bueno's got it out on the wood. Karam. Kubala's got it out on the wood. Cortada on the return, thrown beautifully by Kubala, will score. That is 3 points for Kubala of the Devils. We're all tied up Kubala serves. A good shot by Bueno, but a better shot by Kubala. No daylight between that pad and that ball. Really well done. There's the carom. Kubala reads it, stops it, just above the pad. That's an ace for Kubala. He has 4 points for the Devils. Kubala serving that one a little deeper than we've seen him serving it. Crossing the sidewall behind the 9 line. Just caught Bueno up. Bueno on the catch. Backhand from the 9. High and hard to the back wall. Ball goes to the outside. Scoop by Bueno. He passes and scores. Bueno, the Warriors, gets the point. We're tied up 4-4. You look for the space where your opponent is not trying to get him moving around, especially in singles. Have to cover the entire court. See Bueno trying to get it over Kubala's head here. He did it. Got the point. That's an excellent catch by Kubala off a good serve by Bueno. Bueno for the rebote. Kubala advances. Takes it in the air. Here's the backhand. Kubala on the catch. 2-all. Stopped by Bueno. Bueno going high. Kubala reads it well, keeps the rebote in play. Bueno now from the 6th line, looking to pass. Excellent catch by Kubala. Rebote forehand to the inside. That one goes by Kubala on the inside to score a 5th point for Bueno. And a well-contested point. Possible set point for Bueno of the Warriors.
So much court to cover in these singles matches. People who watch the first doubles match, there's so much more catching and throwing versus the singles where they're looking to find open spots on the court.
Absolutely. The ace will score for Bueno. That is point and set for Bueno of the Warriors, taking the first set 6-4. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set. So Bueno looking very much in control at the beginning of that first set. Kubala then got his legs under him, started making some really good catches. Positioning was really well done. And then Bueno went back to the power game and finished off the set.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very evenly matched players. You know, they've been in the program for years at this point. They're relatively, I would say, skill-wise, equal, close to equal. And you're right, Bueno had an edge. Kubala seemed to fight back, and then Bueno asserted himself at the end there. But, I mean, Kyle is more than competent enough to win the second set and force a third set.
No question about it. So once he gets some of those initial jitters out of his system, coming into his second set, Kubala has an excellent chance of putting some points up on the board.
Yeah, I'd like
and
to
Bueno
see
knows
him.
that.
Right. Like to see him maybe forcing Bueno to play a little bit deeper. You know, throwing it back, trying to pass Bueno a little bit more. Kyle definitely has enough strength to do that.
Of course, Bueno was with the award-winning Cyclones last season, was out for a good part of the season, took extra time for therapy, and man, it's paid off this year. He's been playing great.
Yeah, probably playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. You know, the Cyclones didn't freeze him in the draft. They let him go. He ends up with the Warriors, so he has something to prove.
Well, that's how I walk into work every day with Andrew. And, you know, I'm just so, you know, worried about the future that, you know, I just put that battery on my shoulder and do the best I can. Just the lowering of the voice, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our second set. Kubala will have the serve for the Devils. Really shouldn't talk about Andrew without his being here, but I know he's taking notes somewhere. Kubala has his serve, is just getting some dust off of his feet. Kubala serves, our second set begins. Bueno down low on the backhand, makes the play. Bote forehand, high to the front wall. Bueno advances to take it in the air. Rifled this one from the costado, kept going, hit the overhead screen. Kubala gets the first point of the second set. That's what got Bueno in the first set from the right side. Powerful throw. Try to pass your opponent, just takes off and keeps going. Here's the backhand by Bueno. Powerfully thrown. Kubala. Rebote with a light touch. Bueno moving up. Takes it on the forehand. Takes a peek. Sends it back. It scores on the inside. Bueno of the Warriors gets a point. We're tied up 1-1 in the second set. Bueno serves. Smart play by Bueno. Keep moving forward. Take that ball in the air. Gives you all kinds of options when your opponent is especially that far back. Drop shot, 2-all in that case. Put it over his head. Kubala on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 8 line. On the wall the whole way. What a catch by Bueno. That was beautiful. Rebote forehand. Bueno powerfully from the right side. Rebote coming out. Rebote missed. A second point for Bueno of the Warriors. He serves. And I think I can read lips, and Kubala, with that brilliant sense of humor of his, which he is, he's got a great sense of humor, basically says, look, I know you got a helmet on, so, you know, I'm going for it. Bueno saying, thanks. Kubala, great catch, off the serve, big backhand. That took off, hit the overhead screen, a third point for Bueno in the second set.
He's trying to pass Bueno, but I think that Kyle just has to keep Bueno from getting up there, you know, at the 3 or 4 line where he's going to end points.
Just keep it away from your opponent as best you can. Kubala on the catch. Here's the backhand. Bueno up the wall, comes down with the ball, big backhand. Touch the overhead screen midcourt. A second point for Kubala of the Devils. He serves.
Both players overthrowing a little. They both realize how important it is to pass the opponent, force him back on the court. Couple of hits into the overhead screen.
That Andrew Bleckman premium on passing. Definitely in play here. Bueno down low makes the catch. Here's the backhand from the 9 line. Rebote forehand to the inside. Off the wall, Bueno makes the catch. Good stop, powerful backhand. Kubala saves the rebote. Kubala now from the 7 line. Takes it in the air, keeps it inside. Rebote forehand. Kubala. Backhand from midcourt. Rebote by Bueno. Big bounce. Will score. A 4th point for Bueno of the Warriors here in the second set. Bueno has a serve.
Little misjudgment there by Kyle. I think that he had the point set up the way he wanted, that he just misjudged the bounce coming off the wall.
And Bueno's been moving really well throughout the season, but tonight especially. Bueno's been moving very well.
Key point here to this match. 5-2, very tough to come back from. 4-3, fight your way back, force a third set.
Here's the backhand by Kubala. That's beautifully thrown. A powerful backhand. Robote to the forehand of Bueno. Kubala stops that. Bueno advances, takes it in the air. Forehand, little lower to the corner. Kubala makes the save. Bueno from the outside. Karam will score. That's a 5th point for Bueno of the Warriors in the second set. Possible set, possible match point.
Good anticipation by Kubala, but he just couldn't come up with the catch. Better execution by Bueno.
Bueno's just looked so solid throughout all this. A couple interactions with the overhead screen screwed him up earlier, but other than that, I mean, he's landed it where he's wanted to, moving well, making good catches. Here's the backhand by Kubala, wall-to-wall from the left side. Rotate forehand. Kubala on the catch. Bueno. Backhand from the 8. Bueno moves in with a floater. And the outside placement will score for the win. That is point and a straight set victory for Bueno of the Warriors, winning at 6-4, 6-2.
Very workmanlike effort by Bueno. Took advantage of every Kubala weakness, played a smart game, won the match in 2 sets.
See there on the replay, just Kubala unable to make the play. Here at the side wall, value the side wall, keep it close to it. Tough catch. Guys are able to make those catches. That was just particularly difficult. Bueno, confidently. Fine catch, settled in his basket, puts it inside to score.
Very confident play by Bueno.
Bueno here looking for the ball, catches it in the air. The Karam just gets by. Kubala to score. Here we are with that game day score. You see the Warriors with their second win of the game day. Devils still looking to get on the board with their first win of the evening. We'll be moving on to Division I singles next. Douglas will be taking on Arats. Exciting night. Every Friday night, open to the public. I saw something about $2 beers, but you know, I don't know. Great for the fans, not great for the announcing.
Corona and Heineken, $2. Let's go. Get rowdy. Christopher, terrific effort. Way to get the Warriors out to a 2-0 lead. What was your strategy you employed against Kubala?
Just be consistent and make the easy plays. Don't give up any errors or good court position. That was pretty much the strategy.
Very workmanlike effort. Great job. And listen, big night for the Warriors. A win here would be huge. So you got the team off up 2-0. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's keep it going, man. Go Warriors.
And thank you to Chris Bueno. Next match coming up, a singles match. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our next match of the evening, a Division I singles match. Douglas will be representing the Warriors, and Arat representing the Devils. Douglas throughout 2026 has just been employing this extremely aggressive style of playing singles. We'll see if that continues into the night. Here's the serve. We begin. Arat's to the inside. Rotate forehand. Arat's from the 8 line. Rebote by Douglas is a 2-all. Arat's ready for it, out on the wood. Plays it high and hard. Douglas looking for the rebote. He'll keep that in play. Drop shot, kinda. Arat's has it. That's a drop shot that scores. Well done by both Douglas and Arat's. Arat's gets the first point of this match for the Devils. Here you see Douglas with a really good read. Not perfect positioning on that rebote, but good enough to get it in play. Arat's moving forward the entire time, moved up to kill it. Very well done. That is an ace for Arat's. 2 points for Arat's of the Devils. He serves. Yeah, Douglas with a rare miss on the forehand. Douglas now on the backhand. Arat's is there, winds up. Long Costado 2-all will score a third point for Arat's of the Devils. Once again, he serves. So Arat's employing what we had seen earlier by Douglas. Shot after shot. Whenever you get it, try to kill it. Arat's has managed to do that now with a high degree of success. Here's a backhand by Douglas. Arat's goes to the corner to make the play. Big backhand follows. Douglas at the sidewall looking to pass. Great catch by Arat's. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Rebote. Arat's with the 2-all. That lands in and scores. Beautifully executed by Arat's. A fourth point for Arat's of the Devils. He maintains the serve. Aggressive style of play from Arat's that we have seen before, but not every point that's been played. That's been the case so far. Douglas will take this on the right side. Powerful forehand. Arat's goes to the corner, makes the play. Douglas makes the save. Arat's has the catch, winds up. Inside placement will score. That's a fifth point for Arat's of the Devils, giving him possible set point. So this happened quick. Douglas has been taking charge of these singles matches throughout this season. Arat's apparently has been paying attention. The Pika serve goes to the corner. Douglas makes a great catch. Rotate forehand by Douglas. Arat's is there. Douglas Pika forehand. Floater at the side wall. Douglas on the catch. Backhand, powerfully thrown. Arat's makes the save. There'll be no shutout in the first set. Douglas gets a point for the Warriors and the serve. Douglas moving Arat's around, not making anything easy for him. In that case, paid off well. Douglas now with the big bounce serve. Backhand by Rotz, high and hard to the back wall. Rotate forehand by Douglas. Rotz makes the catch. Point and set to Rotz. He wins the first set 6-1. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out. Player next set.
Stu. What happened? I blinked.
I know you got up for a second to sign a couple checks. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And yeah, Rotz came in with a game plan, which is basically he's been watching Douglas. You know that Douglas has moved over to this extremely aggressive style of play that's very, very, very heavy on Costado 2-walls whenever he has the chance. And Rotz basically played Douglas's game against Douglas. Got off to the quicker start. That's it. Matt didn't do anything wrong. Rotz just executed really well on everything.
I mean, I was not expecting that. Not as quickly as it happened, and not the score.
No, Rotz has always been one to. He's always been one to surprise, whether it's in singles or doubles. Fearless in this corner. In these shots consistently, just putting the ball where Douglas was in that first set. It'll be a very interesting second set because Douglas is by no means just going to,
Well, that's what I was going to say. What does Douglas do to counteract this? Like, what does he need to do in this?
He comes out firing on all cylinders. It's a question of his focus and his ability to execute. As long as he's able to keep the ball in play, he's got an excellent shot of forcing a third set. Rotz isn't going to let his foot off the pedal, though. That's not going to happen. Very interesting second set coming up. Well, both players are certainly ready to come out. Just about 20 seconds to go. Neither of them needing any more of a break. As soon as the judges come out on the court, they're watching the same clock that I am. Be able to begin our second set. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our second set. Douglas has the serve for the Warriors. Douglas serves. We begin. Pika serve. At the side wall, Rotz is there. To the back wall, the ball goes. Out to the rebote. Douglas forehand rebote to pass. Cut off by Rotz. Rebote forehand. Rotz makes the catch. Winds up. Costalo 2-all. Opens perfectly to score. First point of the second set goes to Rotz. Of the Devils, he serves. So yeah, Rotz picking up exactly where he left off. Made the catch on the outside. Douglas committed through the 2-all beautifully. Douglas on the left side. Here's the backhand. Powerfully thrown along the wall. High and hard. Staying on the wall. Rotz sends it high. Good catch by Douglas. Backhand from the 9. Rotz unable to make that play. Douglas has a point for the Warriors and the serve. Douglas there keeping the ball on the wall. Really, no one catches better than Rotz in that particular position. That ball was just dropping. Fault, over serve, second serve, must be good. Rotz on the catch. Here's the backhand. Douglas from the 9 line. Powerful backhand. Rebote for Rotz. Douglas makes the catch. Winds up. Costalo to the hit. That really kicked up. Drops down. No stopping that one. Douglas with 2 points. And the serve for the Warriors. So that one took a bit of a wonky bounce coming off of the back wall. Douglas there getting some feedback from Alex, but Douglas pretty locked in, especially where the singles match is concerned. Aratz on the backhand. Douglas. Powerful right side. Robote will not pass. Great catch by Aratz. Douglas commits to the backcourt, comes to the 10 line to make the play. Aratz sends this one to the Robote. Douglas eyes on the Robote, fires it inside, crossing the wall. What a catch by Aratz. Aratz's 2-all is perfectly executed from the 8-line to score. Second point for Aratz. The Devils were tied up 2-2.
This is a great singles match. I love seeing Aratz play this way against Douglas. You know, an athletic front corner, and Aratz is not letting himself be dominated.
That's a good catch by Douglas off a good serve by Aratz. Two all by Douglas. Aratz makes a stop on the wood. The drop shot from the outside to the inside will score. It's a third point for Aratz of the Devils. He serves. Aratz just follows the ball every time, makes the catch, and kills it whenever he can. Took a peek, saw where Douglas was, threw it where he wasn't. Douglas with a powerful forehand, looking to pass. Oh my, what a catch by Aratz. Douglas again. That ball caught the top of the pad. Any part of the pad is bad. That is a third point for Douglas of the Warriors. We're all tied up, 3-3. See, Aratz trying to take something off of the fall down Robote there. Landed it on top of the pad. But still trying to keep it away from Douglas.
Very cagey play by both players in this set.
Beautiful serve by Douglas, but what a catch by Aratz. Robote. Robote forehand by Douglas. Head to the corner. Comes out. Aratz makes the play. 2-all does not open. Douglas is there. Douglas fires this. Coastie to score. Fourth point for Douglas of the Warriors. Douglas serves.
Aratz looks a little bit frustrated, but he really needs to just fight through here. He's playing a great match so far, and he shouldn't get down on himself.
No question about that. I mean, Douglas makes a phenomenal play here. Makes the catch, passes him. Aratz from the corner on the left side. Here's Douglas taking in the air. Big right side, going to the side wall. Aratz makes the catch. Aratz will take that on the bounce, winds up, split placement. Will score, he keeps it inside. That is a fourth point for Aratz and the Devils.
I love watching this, Stu. It's a lot of gamesmanship, like a game of chess out here. They're trying to outthink each other. You know, this isn't just throw the ball against the wall as hard as you can.
I've heard you're a fan of shots. I heard that somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but I heard you're a fan. And there's been no shortage of shots in this match.
No, this is terrific.
Douglas on the catch. Here's the backhand. Aratz up the wall at the 10 line. Robote forehand. Aratz is there. Long costado. Douglas reads it. Stops it on the wood. Powerful forehand looking to pass. Aratz eyes on the ball. Tipped it. That is a fifth point for Douglas. Possible set point for Douglas of the Warriors. This would force a third set. Well, I don't have to tell you, as competitive as Matt is.
I mean, this is just terrific. It's enjoyable to watch this. Two top-flight highlight players trying to outthink each other on the court. You know, Douglas not even using that hard serve. He's trying that high arcing serve. Aratz keeping Douglas deep.
Robote by Douglas. Big bounce. Stopped by Aratz. Aratz will send this one from the forehand. Douglas catches this one overhead and behind him. Tough play. Aratz on the Robote. Douglas, tough catch. Inside. This one read by Aratz. Return to the inside. Robote forehand over the top. Aratz makes the catch. Winds up. 2-all will land in and score. We are at 5-5. Shots for the Devils got that point. We're at 5-5. So it is possible match point for Arats. Possible set point for Douglas.
Well, this is a huge point, not just to force a third set, but for the game day, because if Arats can get the Devils back in the match, 2-1, big difference from being down 3-0.
Here's Douglas on the backhand, powerfully thrown. Rote to the inside. Arats plays it low. Douglas makes the catch. Powerful backhand. Chula actually comes out enough to be played. There's a catch by Douglas. Drop shot by Douglas. Arats takes off. He got it before the second bounce. He fell, but that still scores. Point set and match for Arats, taking it 6-5 in the second set.
Quite an effort by Arats. I don't think I've seen that before, Stu. Certainly not on this court, I haven't seen it. That is a Herculean effort by Arats. Keeps the Devils in the match. And he had the presence of mind to not let the ball hit him.
Real money games are live in Florida.
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 Real money games powered by Pass Motor Racing are now live in Florida. Only on Hard Rock Bet. All you need is $1 to start. Win money your first 24 hours or get a games bonus back up to $100.
All right, Highlight fans, it is now time for Whack the Wall. The rules are simple. You get 3 throws for a chance to win $250. We're going to start at the 2 line. If you whack the wall there, you get $50. And then we move to the underserve line. And if you hit the wall then, you get $100. And then you get to move to the overserve line for a chance to win $250. I have Harrison here with us today. Let's cheer him on. All right, Harrison, you're up. Oh, nice shot. Now you get to move to the underserve line for a chance to win $100. Let's cheer him on, everyone. Oh, nice job, Harrison. He gets to go to the overserve line for a chance to win $250. Let's cheer Harrison on. Oh! Score! Harrison just won $250 at Whack the Wall. Nice job, Harrison. And if you think you got what it takes, come on back to Jai Alai next Friday and see if you're the lucky one we pick to Whack the Wall. Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we celebrate the World Highlight League's commitment to giving back to our community through its impactful charitable program this Battle Court season. The Warriors are competing for Debris-Free Oceans, a nonprofit dedicated to empowering communities to reduce waste and protect our oceans. Their mission ensures a cleaner, healthier planet for us all. The Devils are playing on behalf of Earthbound Academy, a nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering a deep connection with nature and promoting sustainable practices. Earthbound Academy's mission is to empower participants to become global citizens concerned with the well-being of the planet and their peers. Let's give a big round of applause to these two remarkable organizations for the work that they do to protect our planet. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our next match of the evening. A singles match representing the Warriors is Alex. And receiving for the Devils is Benny. Alex serves. We begin. Here's Benny on the backhand of the inside. Alex is there. Benny makes the catch. Returns the carom. Caught the edge of the court and scores. Benny on the board first here for the Devils. He has the serve. So Benny starting off with that aggressive play we've seen from him in singles in 2026. Sees Alex on the inside. No fear on this carom. Flirting with the wood, but landed in. Well done. Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Alex from the left side. Benny commits to the back. Powerful forehand. Here's Alex on the backhand from the 7. Wall to wall from the left side. Benny, forehand rebote. That took off, hit the overhead screen. That's out of play. Alex gets the point for the Warriors. We're tied up 1-1. A number of players this evening, specifically in singles, having a difficult time with this forehand rebote, sending it, so to speak, throwing it hard and high, but it's hitting the overhead screen. There's Benny on the backhand. Alex takes it out of the air. Rebote forehand. Alex makes the catch at 7. Wall to wall from the forehand of Alex. Benny's on it. 2-all opens wide to score. A second point for Benny of the Devils. He serves. Once again, in practice and in play, Benny in these singles matches doing a superb job of landing these shots. That time from the left side. He leads 2-1. Alex lands the ball low on the back wall. Then he lays it up. Alex is there. Gustavo inside will score. Alex gets the point for the Warriors. We're tied up 2-2. Alex serves. Benny committed to the outside. Again, when Alex is winding up on that left side, don't know where he's going. Saw Benny to the outside, put it inside where he was not. Here's the serve by Alex. Two-all rebote by Alex will score. Well thrown. A third point for Alex of the Warriors. He serves. See Alex, laser-like focus on the ball. Benny's mid-court. Alex throws a beautiful 2-ball. Alex is probably more focused tonight than I've seen him all season. The earlier match and this one. Benny on the backhand. Dropping into the corner. Alex to Alrobote. That one lands out. That's a point for Benny and the Devils. We're tied up. 3-3. Benny serves. A bit difficult to land that one from that particular spot on the court. Nonetheless, good effort by Alex. That ties it up at 3-3. Alex powerfully from the left side. Benny. Big bounce. What a catch by Alex. Robote forehand laid up. Alex makes the catch midcourt. Benny, eyes on the ball, makes the play. Goes deep. That will score. 4 points for Benny of the Devils. He serves. Benny doing an excellent job of focusing on the ball, though he was behind Alex. Still maintaining his focus on the ball, made the catch, passed Alex, put it in the corner. Well done. Excellent catch by Alex off a good serve by Benny. Benny commits to the back. Here's the backhand. Swing and a miss on the forehand Robote midcourt. That is a 5th point for Benny of the Devils. This is possible set point. So Alex with a miss there on the forehand Robote. That was floating out. Alex's focus has been spot on. Benny got one in there. Stands a chance of taking this first set. Let's see if he's able to finish it off, or if Alex comes out firing. There's the backhand by Alex. Benny from the backcourt. Keeps it high. Robote forehand rifled by Alex. Stopped by Benny on the catch. Benny plays this one high. Benny to the sidewall. Tough catch. In and out of the cesta. That is a point for Alex of the Warriors. He has 4 points. Well, and the serve.
I'm teetering on abandoning my backcourt frontcourt theory, Stu. He's getting shot to hell here tonight. Let's see what happens.
The Cortada serve lands in and scores for Alex. We were at 5-5 in the first set. This is set point. Benny opens up on the backhand, keeps it to the inside. Alex, great catch behind the 9. Benny stays in the backcourt. Sidearm does not open. It's stopped by Alex. Alex plays this one to the corner. What a catch by Benny. That backhand clears the overhead screen. Rotate coming up the middle. Alex is on it. Fires it inside. What a scoop by Benny. Here's the backhand. Dropping. Alex makes the save. Benny on the catch. Lower to the backcourt. What a save by Alex. Benny almost got there. The ball drops and scores. Point and set for Alex of the Warriors. 2 minutes goes on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. I don't know how you get any closer than that. And that last one, Alex, big smile on his face. I mean, just wow.
Yeah, that was quite a point, Stu. And a great set.
I mean, Benny going foot to foot, toe to toe with, arguably one of the best front quarters in the world right now. Benny, very serious coming into this singles match. Knows what's at stake and played fantastic. Had the possibility of winning it there. And Alex just came back with 2 great shots. That last one is just, is it the pad? Is it the front wall? It's about, you got about a margin of error of 2 inches.
A lot of game day implications here. You had the Warriors take the first 2 matches of the night. Arats, I would say, upsetting Douglas. Alex definitely a favorite over Benny, so this will be interesting. If Alex can take this match, that gives the Warriors a 3-1 lead, but you've got Manny and Echeverry coming up next, and I think you'd have to, on paper, think Echeverry would have some edge in that match. Exactly. Well, Alex and Molino are smiling back there. Benny probably a little bit disappointed that he couldn't pull off the win.
Got about 20 seconds to go before we begin our second set. Alex certainly looking confident. See what Benny comes out with here. He'll have the serve to start things off.
Resilient Warriors team. They're not giving up. They're not giving in. If Alex can get a victory here, it gives them at least a tie on the game day. Very important they get points.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our second set. Benny has the serve for the Devils. Benny serves. Our second set has begun. Alex will take that on the forehand. Big right side. Caught by Benny. Benny powerfully from the forehand. He passes into the corner. Great save by Alex. Benny makes that catch. Karam will score. Well done by both players. Benny gets the point for the Devils. That catch by Alex in the corner, I mean, to keep it on the right side. He's a right-sided player. He just made a fantastic play. Gets to this rebote. Benny makes the catch. Alex is in the side, throws the carom. Well done. The ace for Benny will score. Benny has 2 points for the Devils. He serves. Again, what I call a perfect serve. Right in the corner, crossing the wall at the 10 line. It's catchable. But Benny comes over the top again on the serve. Alex takes it on the backhand. Benny on the catch. 2-all. Alex takes off, grabs it. Right side flipped up and scoring. Well done by Alex. Alex gets a point for the Warriors. He serves. Alex, if you notice on this replay here, he doesn't just throw sidearm. He throws a little underhand. Well, not a little underhand, quite a bit underhand. This is going to completely change the spin of the ball. Benny knows that. He knows he has to catch that ball in the air. That ball hits one, much less two surfaces. You have no idea where it's going. There's a backhand by Benny, powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. Alex to the inside, powerfully where it scores. Alex gets a point for the Warriors. We're tied up 2-2 in the second set. See these guys who for the last several years went into the side wall with their shoulder and their hips, and it was a bit different than this side wall. Ball over serve. Second serve must be good. Here's Benny on the backhand. Alex keeps on the left side. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall. Benny to the inside. Alex from the 6. Benny makes a good read. A 2-all. Oh my, Alex got there, throws the carom. That will score. Great legs by Alex. Makes the stop and the point. That's a third point for Alex of the Warriors. He serves. I mean, you can't take anything away from Benny in this shot. He's right there at the side wall. That's a bold shot, but Alex turned on the afterburners, got there, returns the carom, well out of reach of Benny. Well done by both players. Alex got it. Benny, strong backhand, rebote for Alex. 2-all by Alex, opens and scores. A 4th point for Alex of the Warriors. He serves. This is probably also the calmest and most confident I've seen Alex, just in terms of appearance if I'm watching someone walk down the street. Just looking very, very, very comfortable. Here's Benny on the backhand. Alex stops it on the forehand. Drop shot. Benny takes off. Oh, he got there. He did not get this ball past Alex. Benny gets a cesta on it. That's a 5th point for Alex.
Crucial point, Stu. I think Benny could have made that catch, probably ended the point there. Instead of 4-3, it's 5-2.
This is possible set and possible match point for Alex of the Warriors. So here's the drop shot. Benny gets assessed on it. Gets it outside, but Alex was right there. Alex took a little off that serve. Benny moves up to make the play. Loaded back wall. Alex rifles this one. Benny catches it. 2-all by Benny. Opens wide and scores. Beautifully thrown Costello. 2-all by Benny. Gets Benny and the Devils 3 points. And the serve. Still possible match point for Alex. That was well done. Really well done. Curious to see if Alex can finish this off. Well, sir, we surely know he can finish it off.
Well, he's got 3 more chances. It's an uphill climb for Benny here.
Big bounce serve by Benny. Powerful backhand by Alex. Wall to wall from the left side. Robote thrown to pass. That's a tough one. It will score. A 4th point for Benny and the Devils. Benny will have the serve. Each shot thought out like better than the last.
These last 2 singles matches have been a lot of fun to watch too. Really, really good highlight.
Alex has this one on the forehand. Powerful right side. Coming way out. Benny tries to pass. Alex has it on the right side. Hard to the inside. That will score for the win. Point set and a straight set victory for Alex the Warriors, winning it 6-5, 6-4.
Tough match, but a very confident display of highlight by Alex. Very played within himself. Very self-assured.
No question about it. I haven't seen him smile that much literally in 2 years. Some replays of what was a just beautifully played singles match. Alex to the inside. Throw the ball where your opponent's not. That's exactly what was done there.
Some great shot making. And you know I love those shots.
Oh, yeah, I've heard. Ball right on the wall. Benny just not able to make a play. Here's Alex changing things up on the serve. Not the high bounce serve. Just gets it past the underserve line. That's enough to score. If you're not ready for it, it'll screw you up. Most
he
times.
Thinks out there. He changes things up. It's clever.
Yeah. Keep him guessing. Alex, beautiful stop. Flips it up. Again, if Benny doesn't catch this, the ball's going to... Beautiful 2-all by Benny, just so well executed. But that's what makes Alex Alex. Read it perfectly, got up there, made the stop. And
so many well executed shots. Pretty flawless.
Drop shot from that far back's pretty bold. Benny tried to make him pay. Just didn't get it outside far enough.
He almost had this still. Just couldn't get it into the ceston. Fourth of our 4 singles matches coming up.
There's the game day score. Warriors with 3, Devils with 1.
A lot of pressure on Etcheberry here. Warriors guaranteed themselves at least a tie. See if Etcheberry can keep them alive for a tie for the Devils.
There we have Alex, my friend Alex. Alex, you look comfortable. See, you just smiled again. You look comfortable. You seem confident. You seem like you felt good. You were all over the place. What was special about that singles match?
The single match, I think that Benny is difficult match for him because I'm fast. He always, when he throws the costado, he throws like a slow with no velocity, so he needs to throw perfect. And to be honest, I was comfortable playing against him. I need to pass him, be confident, and that's what I do. It was a tough match. I risked in the serve too. When I was 5-4 down, it was a point, so I knew that he was a little bit nervous, so happy for the win.
Perfect. Excellent play, Alex. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next match. Representing the Warriors and serving is Manny. Receiving for the Devils, Etcheberry. Manny serves. We begin. Fault. Over serve. Second serve must be good. There's a backhand by Etcheberry. Straight to the inside. Not much coming off the back wall. Manny makes the save. Etcheberry from midcourt. Passes. Manny not able to bring that in. First point of the first set goes to Etcheberry of the Devils. He serves. Manny from the left side. Etcheberry at the 7. Etcheberry powerfully from the backhand. Does not pass. Manny's winding up. That 2-all is out. A second point for Etcheberry of the Devils. He serves. And Manny just missing that front court judge. No extra points for that. Here's the backhand by Manny. Etcheberry's there. Etcheberry from the 8 line. Etcheberry moves to the outside. Powerful forehand, looking to pass. Oh my, what a catch by Manny. Beautiful catch by Etcheberry. The 2-all lands in and scores. Well done by both Manny and Etcheberry. Etcheberry gets the point, a third point for the Devils. Both players moving around the court beautifully. Look at this catch by Manny. Keeps control, tries to get picata in. Etcheberry cuts it off, snaps 2-all. Well done. Here's the backhand by Manny. Etcheberry takes it in the air. From the left side, he passes. Low to the back wall. Manny makes the save. Etcheberry tacks, makes the catch. That 2-all. It's too low. That hit the pad. That's a point for Manny of the Warriors. He'll serve. Etcheberry saw that he had the 2-all available to him. Needed it to open up pretty sharply. In an attempt to do that, caught the pad. And you have to avoid any wet spots on the court. You can't, whether a player goes down or something finds its way through air conditioning ducts, any type of fluid on the court can set up a really dangerous play. Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Here's the backhand by Etcheberry. Powerfully thrown, caught by Manny. Manny plays it high. Etcheberry takes it in the air. A powerful backhand follows. Manny's there. Etcheberry for the rebote right up the middle. Manny takes it on the bounce. Pika Karam, big bounce. Etcheberry's ready for it, stops it, fires it back. What an effort by Manny. In and out of the cesta it goes. A 4th point for Etcheberry of the Devils. That ball his positioning was excellent, but such a bounce on that ball. Trying to settle it in his cesta, that's something different. Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Second serve is good. Here's the backhand by Manny. Little clip. Etcheberry stays in the backcourt to make the catch. Karam lands in and scores. Well done by Etcheberry. That's a 5th point for Etcheberry of the Devils, giving him possible set point. Etcheberry stayed in the backcourt, made a fine catch. Manny's got the speed to get out there. Almost had a cest on it, but it scores. Etcheberry from the backhand. 2-all. Too much. Out of play. Point and set to Etcheberry of the Devils. It's the first set, 6-1. 2 minutes goes on the board. We'll come back out. Player next set.
I have a little more faith in my front court, back court now. Alex, Etcheberry.
Etcheberry looked as confident as I've seen him as far as taking his time, setting himself up in position to make the catches, and then the kill shot.
Well, I mean, the front quarters have more tools in the tool belt, really, than a back quarter would have, which has to give them an edge in a singles match, I would think.
Well, the one that goes against that is and certainly I'm never with Andrew I'm looking to be argumentative, but never with you. But Aratz broke that mold. But here's the key: before Aratz came to join us, and we had that dinner, where we sit down and we talk about, hey, it's time to come over. And he said, look, I will never play front court, right? I'm not coming if I have to play front court, because at another place that he had to play front court.
Right.
But by playing front court, he was forced to throw shots. And he's been able to bring them into his arsenal as a backcourter who makes phenomenal catches, and we saw that earlier today. So, yeah, typically, historically, backcourters have to have the strength. You have to protect the Chick-Jack and Chula. Stay back here, set your front quarter up to kill it. Front quarters have the kill shots, but we have a couple backcourters with some really good kill shots.
Absolutely. All right, well, we are 3-1 on the game day. Etcheberry took the first set here. He's trying to win this match and get it to 3-2, where the Devils will be alive at least to try and get a tie out of the game day. Go down to the 6th match if Etcheberry can win set 2 right here.
Still got about 20 seconds to go, though. By Manny, you wouldn't know. It's like, yo, 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 come on. Come on.
Manny's ready. Wants those judges to get out here.
There's a reason why we have time between the sets, and the clock has to count down.
Here we go. We got to pick a towel up off the court, get a second judge, and our very eager players are ready to go with set 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our second set. Manny will have the serve for the Warriors. Here's the backhand by Etcheberry. Manny, tremendous catch off the wall. Big backhand follows. Rebote by Etcheberry to the inside. Manny makes the catch. Backhand from the 7. Etcheberry at the side wall. Powerful throw. Manny, with laser-like focus on that ball, almost got out there to make the play. The first point goes to Etcheberry of the Devils. He serves. That ball took off after Etcheberry threw it. Manny trying to follow it as best he could. Was in the general vicinity. Manny with some of the best court positioning of any player in all of the World Highlight League. There's a backhand by Manny, powerfully thrown. Rebote, that one kicks. There's the backhand by Etcheberry. Manny's there, backhand from the 7. Rebote by Etcheberry, too much. That took off, hit the pad. That's out of play. That's a point for Manny of the Warriors. He serves. All the power in the world, but gotta take that power and put it with control. Of course, front court judge is El Barba's first cousin. Here's Etcheberry on the catch, powerful backhand. Rebote by Etcheberry stays inside. Manny moves in to take it on the forehand. Etcheberry will keep this on the right side. Powerful right side to the inside. Manny's there. Big backhand by Manny, moving to the outside of the court. Etcheberry goes to the floor. Big bounce on the inside. Manny's there. Rebote by Etcheberry. That Rebote falls just short and out of play. A second point for Manny of the Warriors. Manny serves. Saw Etcheberry walking over towards the cage. We know he's not serving. We're probably looking to get a little feedback from his teammates. Here's Etcheberry powerfully from the left side to the inside. Rebote forehand, laid up. Etcheberry takes it on the right side. Looks to pass. Manny trying to stop it before crossing the side wall there at the 9 line. That's a second point for Etcheberry of the Devils. We're tied up 2-2. Manny catching it on the sidewall is difficult. Once it crosses the sidewall, it's difficult. Manny trying to stop it. Just missed it. Fault, over serve. Second serve, must be good. Manny on the catch. Here's the backhand. Powerful backhand. Etcheberry looking for the Rebote. It's at the side wall. Powerful Rebote. Just took off. Hit the overhead screen that's out of play. A third point for Manny of the Warriors. He serves. Got to maintain that control as best you can. Beautiful catch by Echeverry off a hard serve by Manny. Manny coming way out looking for this Robote. 2-all Robote. Read by Echeverry. Echeverry playing it high. Beautifully thrown by Echeverry for a 3-wall play. That is a 3rd point for Echeverry of the Devils. We're tied up 3-3. Echeverry serves. That's throwing with control. Not overthrown, not feeding the Robote. Fine catch. Playing it high to pass your opponent, but not too. Wow, that view is phenomenal. We total props to that department. What's that department's name again? Here's the catch by Echeverry. 2-all's out. Manny gets the point and the serve. 4 points for Manny of the Warriors. So usually Andrew's here to remind me, folks. You guys know this, who watch regularly, of what departments' names are. Starts with an A. They're great. They really are. There's a backhand by Echeverry. Wall-to-wall from the left side. Robote coming out. Forehand, Karen Robote, a bold choice, lands just wide. A 4th point for Echeverry of the Devils. He serves. Manny trying to make something happen, and certainly no one expecting that. Forehand, Karen Robote with bounce. You sometimes see a player blast it, but here's the hard serve by Echeverry, stopped by Manny. Lower and harder. This one caught by Manny. Powerful backhand. That's ruled to have touched the overhead screen, which is out of play. 5 points for Manny of the Warriors. Possible set point. So if Manny gets this point, would force a 3rd set. See if he's able to finish it. Echeverry on the catch. There's a backhand, a bullet. 2-all hooked. That's a point for Echeverry of the Devils. We're at 5-5. So if Echeverry's able to win this point, the match will be finished. If Manny wins it, we'll go on to a 3rd and decisive set. Echeverry serves. Powerful serve by Echeverry. Backhand kept low. Echeverry makes the catch. Big backhand. Robote for Manny. Echeverry's there. Backhand. Will pass to the corner. And Robote just above the pad and scoring. Point and set for Manny of the Warriors. Takes that one 6-5. 2 minutes. We'll move on to a 3rd and final set.
Well, we're going to 3.
Goodness.
Okay. Who would have thunk?
Manny raising his hand. The universal highlight symbol for I meant to do something, probably something like that, but not quite that.
Not quite
with
that.
all due respect. So we're back here in the players' cage. You see Alex giving feedback. I mean, it's just great to see that the intergenerational, communication there going between Alex and Manny. And Manny totally open to it.
No, this is terrific. Very intense discussion. I like it.
Here we see Correa in the cap.
This is the team element that has been missing in highlight for years. Guys caring about how other players do, cheering their team on, concerned with how all the matches are going to play out. It's terrific to see.
No question about it.
Yeah, Douglas delivering water, Alex delivering advice.
Yeah. I mean, you've had that vision since you tried to explain it to me for like 4.5 years, and I think I started to understand it like year 5 or 6, I think.
You got it, Stu.
Oh, I definitely do now, no question.
Echeverry's ready to go. He doesn't need the break. He wants the let's go. Yeah. He's upset there's a third set. A lot of discussion back in the cage between Manny and Alex. Correa, Douglas looking on.
Because Manny is one of these guys who says, I'm going to catch it and throw my airborne on opponents not. I mean, he's one of these guys that breaks it down to that. But he's having fun with the feedback. Gotta love it.
Absolutely. He's ready to come out. Etcheberry's waiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our third and decisive set. The first player to 6 points will win this match. Etcheberry has the serve for the Devils. Etcheberry serves, we begin. Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Second serve is good and right against the back wall. Etcheberry on the rebote. Manny has it on the forehand. High bounce Karam. Etcheberry takes off. Oh, goodness gracious. That was a hard landing. That point will go to Manny. So Etcheberry looked awkward as he was coming down, but he is walking. Always good to see someone walking relatively quick. But man, that looked awkward. Here we'll see it again. He goes up elegantly, and then, yeah, that's the part right there. That's, you know, certain parts of the foot were meant to be landed on, other parts were not. And the side of the foot serves a very specific purpose. I have no idea what it is, but it's not to be landed on. We do have the trainer on the court checking in with him. Etcheberry's been playing highlight long enough to know if he can go on. Basically just kind of stretching everything out at this point. Manny gets the first point. Play resumes. Powerful backhand by Etcheberry. Rebote coming out. Manny makes a save. Etcheberry focus on the ball. That kicks to the inside, comes out to the rebote. Catch by Etcheberry. 2-0 by Etcheberry. Comes to the forehand to Manny. Manny sends this one high to score. Second point for Manny in the third and decisive set. Manny will serve. Reminder, we're in the third and final set. First to 6 points will win it. Etcheberry previously in the match doing a really good job of getting the ball around Manny in that case. Got it right to him. There's the backhand by Etcheberry. It stays inside. Rebote saved by Manny. Etcheberry advances, takes it on the bounce. Place spin inside, scores. No shutout here in the third set. That's a point for Etcheberry and the Devils. Etcheberry serves. Etcheberry finding the inside of the court where Manny was not, and scoring. Catch by Manny at the back wall. Into the corner. Rebote on a high bounce. Etcheberry on the wall. Oh, what a catch by Manny. That will score on the return. 3 points for Manny of the Warriors. He serves. I mean, tremendous catch by Manny. Get it back into that corner. Good things can happen. Really difficult rebote there for Etcheberry. Not able to make the play. Here's Etcheberry from the 9 line to the inside. Manny keeps it on the forehand. Pika. Cut off, but not held on to by Etcheberry. That is a 4th point for Manny. Here in the 3rd set, Manny serves. Excellent catch by Etcheberry. That's a backhand 2-all scooped up by Manny. Pika Karam out. 2nd point for Etcheberry of the Devils. He has the serve.
Interesting choice of shots there by Etcheberry.
Right on the sidewall. Backhand 2-all. Really not all that well thrown. Manny has it. Manny's beat a lot of people with this high bounce carom.
I don't see Etcheberry throw too many of those. Surprised.
Powerful forehand by Manny. Etcheberry takes it on the bounce. Big backhand. Rigote comes to the inside at the sidewall, floating. Great save by Manny. Here's Etcheberry. Looking for that corner. He scores. That's a 3rd point for Etcheberry of the Devils. He has the serve. So between the bag landing on the foot and then some, looked like Manny was well in control of this 3rd set. Now there's just a 1-point deficit.
Big point right here, Stu. Game day point. Very big point.
Here's the backhand by Manny. Etcheberry takes it in the air. Powerful backhand follows. Rigote kicking way out. High scoop on the forehand of Etcheberry. Manny with him missed a ball. That's a 4th point for Etcheberry of the Devils. We are all tied up 4-4. Etcheberry serves.
Twisting, turning the plot here in set 3.
Just like that. Fault over serve. 2nd serve must be good. Manny on the catch. Here's the backhand. Etcheberry commits to the 9 line. Powerful backhand follows. Into the corner. At the wall, Manny makes the save. Etcheberry, eyes on the ball. Powerful backhand. Stopped by Manny on the forehand. Rigote left side. Manny keeps the ball in play. Etcheberry now on the forehand from the 7. Rigote save. High to the front wall. Going to take a big bounce. Etcheberry to the backcourt to make the play. Crossing. Catch by Manny. Etcheberry goes to the floor, hooks the ball. That is a 5th point for Manny. The 3rd decisive set. This is a possible match point for Manny. And we have the need for an equipment timeout. Sesta broke on that last throw. So Etcheberry will likely go to his backup cesta. The part of the cesta that broke off is the part of the cesta referred to as the taco that you tie the tie to. And it's not something, I mean, it is something that could be swapped out relatively quickly, but it's a structural part of the cesta. And Alex basically just followed Manny out of the court. He's still got info for him. And there we have a demonstration of the part that broke off. Beautifully illustrated by our hand model, Daryl Rock.
That's a great shot, though. So people can see.
Absolutely. When you see them tying their cesta, they're wrapping it around and affixing it to that.
Now he goes to his backup cesta, Stu. Has he played with this cesta, or is this a cesta that's brand new?
As I'm looking at, and this is really just by guess, because this looks like it's a brand new or brand new-ish cesta, and it almost looks like Alex is asking, says, "Hey man, have you played with that before?" And so he will get a few throws to make sure that he can throw straight with the ball coming out.
Oh, he sprays some water in the cesta.
Absolutely. The reeds need to be kept moist at all times and pliable.
All right. Well, this is even tougher because he'll get a couple of throws, but clearly, think of a baseball player with his glove or a tennis player with his racket. They have their favorite glove, their favorite racket. Now he's got to bring one out that's not his favorite. And it's late in the match here.
Yeah, I just have to make sure he's not going to hook it in anybody's head when he throws with it, which it looks like he's good. There he goes, takes a couple throws, he's good. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to continue play. Manny has 5 points and a possible match point here. Etcheberry receiving with 4.
Well, this is match point. This is also game day point. So if Manny wins this, the Warriors take the game day. So this is a huge point.
Cortada serve. Caught and returned in one fluid motion by Etcheberry.
Spectacular.
Karam. Point set and match to Manny of the Warriors. Take it in the third decisive set, 6-4.
Big game day win by the Warriors, Steve. Now, did Etcheberry claim interference on that last, or he didn't even ask for interference?
The request for interference does not have to be verbal. It can be a nonverbal, just looking at the judge, but judge has to make the decision if it happened and if you had the ability to get to the ball.
Right. And there might have been interference there, but I don't think he could have gotten to that ball regardless.
That's what the judge would have determined.
Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there, blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Sherry up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Sherry picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one.
Oh, Manny's okay. Manny doesn't need a translator.
There's the game. Here's the game day score, 4-1. Sorry, folks, was choking on something. Warriors doing a great job throughout the day.
Yeah, huge win by the Warriors. Manny.
There we have Manny.
Congratulations.
Take it away, Scott.
Look at this team out there. Correa's going to translate for Manny. Manny doesn't need a translator.
Yeah,
Manny, great win and a game day win. So, Correa, ask Manny how it feels to wrap up the game day for the Warriors today.
Dice que cómo te sientes de ganar el día para los Warriors.
Bueno, contento y cansado.
He said he's very tired.
Is this you scoring around Anderson, or did he really say that?
Terrific win. Great job, Manny.
Thank you.
Dice felicidades.
Thank you.
That's every conversation I've had with Manny since 2001. Seriously. What
Manny is a man of few words.
Definitely few. No question about it.
Few words.
No question. And big heart. Tremendous heart.
Big heart, terrific guy.
A work ethic?
Oh, my God.
Work ethic?
Work ethic.
They
tell you not only on the court, but, I mean, he'll help out anything you ask him to do. Terrific.
100%.
Well,
Scott, the game day has been decided, but we have doubles coming up.
An exciting doubles match. Got Douglas in front. Bueno subbing for Cabrera is playing the back. Going up against Benetrix and Benny. I know it's important, even though the Warriors have won the game day, if there is a tie in the standings at the end of the season, and the way that things look right now, it is closer than close and tighter than tight. So A tie at the end of the season is decided by which team wins the most matches. So here we go. This is an important match for the Devils because they're going to be deadlocked with not only the Warriors but 2 other teams after tonight. So every win is important. We're ready to begin our last and final match of the night, and we have the brothers playing against each other as well. So a lot happening here, Stu.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our final match of the evening. Douglas has a serve for the Warriors. There's a serve. Benetrix picks it. Here's the backhand. Caught by Bueno. Benetrix comes back, makes the catch. Hard to the inside. Bueno's there. Benny at the side wall, pulls one off. That backhand clears the overhead screen. Douglas, big bounce for Bote. Benny read it, makes the catch. Bueno on the backhand. Benetrix for Bote inside. Douglas reads it. That 2-ball caught the pad. First point of this match goes to Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. Benetrix, sir. So Douglas trying to get that 2-ball past Benetrix. Wound up catching the top of the pad. Outside serve by Benetrix. Stop by Bueno. Benetrix moves in. Backhand from the 7. Rotate forehand. Missed mid-court. A second point for Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. Benetrix serves. Douglas reaching out on that arm. Powerful serve by Benetrix. Here's Bueno. High to the front wall. Benny catches it in the air. Backhand from the 9. Benny. Wall to wall from the left side. Douglas is there. Bueno. Tough catch off the wall. Benetrix playing deep back behind the 8 line. Powerful backhand by Benny. Bueno coming off the back wall to make the play. Benny from deep in the backcourt keeps it right along the wall. Robote saved by Douglas. Benetrix makes the catch. Bueno positioning. Here's the backhand by Benetrix. Bueno again, this time behind the 9. Benny's there. Bueno comes over the top. Benetrix takes it on the bounce. Backhand from mid-court. Benny from the 10 line. Big backhand by Benny. Robote forehand by Douglas. Benny's there. That's a powerful backhand by Bueno. Benetrix, forehand Robote at the 6 line. Douglas, that was a difficult bounce coming off the side wall. Douglas handled it well. Robote coming out. It's a powerful backhand by Benny. Bueno from the right side. Benny's there. Backhand from the 8. High and hard to the back wall. Robote, that rebound off the back wall comes out. Benny now on the right side. Benny keeps it high on the front wall. Douglas back at the 8. Backhand to the corner. Benny stops it. Fine catch overhead by Benny. Big backhand follows. Bueno's there. Here's Benetrix, midcourt. Both Devils go to the side wall. Benny comes up with the play. Bueno off the wall with a beautiful catch. Bueno again, this time from the 10. Benetrix on the outside. That will score. A third point for Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. Benetrix serves. So there we have volley after volley after volley. Bueno doing a great job here in the backcourt. Benetrix low and hard, crossing the side wall, setting up a tough catch for Bueno. Just wasn't able to make it. Bueno from the forehand. Benetrix on the backhand. Douglas is there, winding up. Placement to the inside, caught the pad. A fourth point for Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. Benetrix has the serve. Bueno from the right side. Benetrix back to the 9 line. Forehand over the top. Big bounce brought down by Bueno. That's a powerful backhand by Benny. Bueno will not be able to make the catch. 5 points for Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. This is possible set point. Even after a couple relatively long volleys, Benetrix and Benny just solid. Catch after catch, throw after throw. Here's Bueno on the backhand from the 10 line. That ball's tipped in the backcourt. There'll be no shutout in this first set. Douglas and Bueno are on the board for the Warriors with a point. Douglas serves. Benny on the forehand at the outside of the court. Douglas was looking for a big scoop, but Bueno wound up with the ball. Benetrix, 2-all. Point and set to Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. They win the first set 6-1. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set. The ruling of that last one was that the ball did hit the screen before Douglas made the catch. There was a lot of involvement with the screen.
Well, Benetrix and Benny want to grind hard and get this win for the Devils so they can get at least 2 wins on the game day. As we said, every win counts, every win's important. And this Benetrix-Benny team has been a great team all season.
2 seasons back-to-back, and it's one of those things where, and I'm not going to say that you as CEO and me and my role here, besides announcing, have ever had this conversation, but how people are going to play together. Sometimes you know, and sometimes you know when it's not going to work. But this, Benetrix and Benny look like they've been playing together since like kindergarten.
No, they're terrific out there. Great communication, good skill sets.
Their games really complementary. They're very rarely in the way of one another. They give each other room to play. Really well done.
Absolutely. Very workmanlike. And it's important. Never give up. Never give in.
Douglas really shining as a front quarter this season.
Yeah, Douglas has really taken to this court, Stu.
Oh, there's no question about it. Since there was a transition that we were asked to describe, and it's very difficult to describe. It's not that we don't want to describe it. It's individual to each specific player, and you're just not sure because you're not just adjusting to a court. You're not just adjusting to 2 more feet going out, 6 more feet coming back, a different ball playing off different surfaces. For instance, I didn't know that the cestas were going to take a bigger beating on this court than they took on other. They're all different things that you just kind of can't account for. We're ready to begin our second set. Douglas has the serve for the Warriors. There's the serve. We begin. That ball's in and out of the cesta. First point for Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. Benetrix will serve. A hard serve by Benetrix. Clean miss on that scoop. Benny's there. Douglas takes it midcourt. Backhand. High to the back wall. Out to the rebote. Outside placement of the forehand. Rebote read perfectly by Douglas. Sidearm carom by Douglas. Stopped by Benetrix. Benetrix goes hard to the inside, and Bueno's there. Here's Benny. Behind the 10. Douglas now from the 7. Benetrix calls for the rebote. Off his footing, but makes the play. Douglas has it. Costado 2-all perfectly executed by Douglas to score. Douglas and Bueno get a point for the Warriors. Douglas serves. That was nice. Douglas was committed. Just wasn't able to get this going at any point in that singles match earlier in the evening, but definitely there. Here's Benny on the backhand, powerfully thrown into the corner. That's a difficult save of the rebote by Douglas. Benetrix from the 7. Rebote by Benetrix. Big bounce to the inside will score. 2 points for the Devils. Benetrix and Benny. Benetrix has the serve. That ball coming right back to the sidewall, taking a giant bounce. Bueno doing a good job of trying to settle him in his basket, just not able to do it. Bueno on the forehand. Benny, clutch catch, off the bounce, deep in the backcourt. Douglas on the rebote. Great pickup by Benny on the scoop. Bueno at the back wall, forehand, midcourt. Taken on the bounce by Benny. Benny over the top. That ball is tipped. A 3rd point for Benetrix. And Benny of the Devils, Benetrix serves. That would have been a really, really, really nice scoop by Douglas. Douglas going for the serve, has a tip ball just behind the underserve line. That's a 4th point for Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. Benetrix serves.
No. There's a point. There's a point.
That ball is tipped.
It's up the hole's up the second. The last point's Douglas and Bueno.
Is that what I'm clicking?
Yeah.
No. There's a discrepancy.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, experiencing technical difficulty with the scoreboard, will be resolved in just a moment. Thank you.
Benetrix and Benny got it.
For Benny.
Yeah.
Devils and 2
Yes.
Warriors?
Yes.
That serve is good. Benny gets to it. Powerful forehand. Douglas comes across court. Here's the backhand. Rabote forehand. Douglas looking for Rabote. He makes a great save. Oh, Benetrix cuts it off in the air. Drop shot. Douglas takes off. Gets assessed on it. That second bounce will score. That's a 5th point for Benetrix and Benny of the Devils. This is possible set, possible match point. So just tremendous aggressive play. And those computer glitches just pop up just like poof out of nowhere. But we get them resolved quick. That glitch takes a little longer to resolve. Bueno on the catch. There's the forehand. That ball's tipped in the backcourt. That's a 3rd point for Douglas and Bueno of the Warriors. Douglas serves. Rabote forehand by Douglas. Benny going for the overhead catch. That spun out of his cesta. That's a 4th point for Douglas and Bueno. Douglas serves. Powerful serve by Douglas. Benny catches it down low. Big backhand follows. Along the wall, out to the Rabote. Douglas fires this one. 2 pass. Benetrix on the Rabote, stays inside, takes the bounce. Bueno's there. Benny keeps on the left side. Backhand to the inside. Douglas from the 8. Douglas makes the catch. Cortada. That lands in and scores. Point set in a hard-fought match for Benetrix and Benny, taking it in straight sets, 6-1, 6-4. I had no idea what happened there at the end.
Quite an ending still. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that hit the pad or cleared the pad, but evidently it did clear the pad. And the Devils take the final match of the evening. They end up getting at least 2 points on the night, but huge game day win for the Warriors.
Wow. I find myself saying that frequently. I mean, Benetrix scores so many points laying down and sitting down. That I can't figure out. 2 seasons now.
There were a few lay downs, sit downs, fall downs tonight. We had a little bit of everything. But a big night for the Warriors.
Real money games are live in Florida. Real money games are live in Florida.
Real money games are live in Florida.
Real money games are live in Florida.
Real money games powered by Pass Motor Racing are now live in Florida, only on Hard Rock Bet. All you need is $1 to start. Win money your first 24 hours or get a games bonus back up to $100.
And here we have our winners, Benny and Benetrix. We've been talking to you guys a lot. The way you play together, seems spot on. Are you hearing anything? Nothing. Yes?
I don't hear that. We don't hear that question. Can you repeat, please?
Yes. You guys have been playing fantastic now for 2 seasons.
Someone speaking.
It is me speaking.
Yeah.
How do you feel you played, Max?
Eh?
How do you feel you played? How did you play? And we'll try another headset. Benny, can you hear me?
I can hear you still.
Hey, Benny, how you doing? Benny, great meal last night, by the way. Moving on. You guys have been playing fantastic together for 2 seasons now. Communication seems spotless. What is it about the 2 of you playing together? Just comfortable? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. But, my play style more is just stay in the back and catch, try and catch everything. And Benetrix, he's all over the court, everywhere.
you see the last point there, he was on the ground. So
yeah, how does it
just,
that he plays better sitting on the floor than he does standing on his feet? Here, we're showing it on replay right now. So Benetrix catches it. He has a seat for comfort. He flips it up. It lands like 2 inches above the pad, and I have no idea what happened.
I was just tired.
Max, did you know it was good?
Yeah, I was just tired, and
you were just tired.
Like one of the previous game, like I want to shout out to Horace because this guy make an incredible job, and like the last point he made, like falling into the floor and just make a drop shot. So,
congratulations on a great game, guys. Thank you very, very much. Congratulations. Yeah. One more view as we'll take a look at the game day standings.
Thank you.
There we have it. You see all of the Battle Court teams there. Chargers with 4 points. Cyclones with 4 points. Warriors with 3. Devils also tied with 3. Renegades tied with 3. Fireballs tied with 3. Lots of ties have been going on. The season is tight. Tons of parity. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back on Tuesday. Don't forget, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 p.m. On behalf of myself and everyone here at the World Highlight League, we thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great weekend.